soybean oil and feta cheese. Them kind of thing all they like. Yeah? Go back to some sada roti and some bhaji and thing now. Alright? All of this money, all this spending. I tell you, the US, too much leakages and wastage. Alright. So, a gentleman who is in the spirit of independence. Look at the gentleman there now. Look at how he's shining this morning. Shining in red. If you're red, you're dead. Yeah. So although no Independence Day parade, but the gentleman is celebrating. And I agree with you, sir. Good morning, Sergeant Ansel Ford.
Pleasant morning, Marlon. And I have every reason to celebrate. Yes. And if
he was a marcher, you know. He was a marcher a long time.
Alan, many years I have been on the square. Yeah, a wonderful experience. Then the route march.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this year we won't.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have for us this morning, sir?
Morning, Alan, morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
You see, I try more of he's reminded of his days marching.
I would always remember that. Yes. So, Marlon, what we're looking at, the Commissioner of Police is aware of, let us say, increased reports of persons being defrauded of their monies, all right, and in different ways. And some reports is even through their banking system, right, their financial provider, or sometimes by way of them shopping online, all right, and in so doing being tricked or defrauded into giving their information or handing over their cash with nothing in return, right? So dealing particularly, Marlon, with the issue of online fraud, and we are looking at how persons are being tricked by way of fraudsters communicating to them, in some cases via emails, via text messaging, right? And we have different types. A very popular type of fraud being committed is by the way of phishing. Yeah? So phishing basically is that practice of persons who are involved in fraud to randomly, or sometimes they have targets, right? Persons or businesses that they target, and they would send emails to them. The emails are often geared towards causing some level of concern, right? For instance, to warn the person that their account has been compromised, right? And sometimes it may even ask you to contact your bank, and they provide the number for you and give you a sort of immediate message to contact your bank immediately, and they provide a number for you, right? And when it is you do feel that sort of concern, because they may tell you that you may be locked out of your account.
Yes.
You may not have access to your funds.
Yes.
All of these things are part of the ploy to get you to, one, respond to the email. Within the emails, they may have a link, and they ask you to click on the link for you to have access to your bank or someone on the other end. And oftentimes, because persons don't really take the time, and sometimes they are unaware, right, of these fraudsters and the way in which they operate, and they in turn follow the prompts. And once you do that, you are exposing yourself and your business in terms of your finances and other things to be, let us say, accessed by these fraudsters, all right? So it is important that persons take that time to verify. And when I say verify, I don't mean to follow the links or the prompts in the email, because the email or the text message itself is fraudulent.
Yes.
It is part of the ploy. So the general advice is to verify with your bank or your financial provider directly.
Yes.
So, example, you got an email advising you of whatever concern with your account, do not respond to it. get the number for your bank. And it's advisable that persons have the number for their bank or financial institution
Yes.
on their phones, right? Or at easy access that they can call directly and inquire. Now, that is just one aspect of it, right? Phishing takes many forms, right? For instance, the email phishing, this is what I just spoke of, and how it goes out, let us say, in bulk, randomly, and think about how a fisherman fishes.
Yes.
He throws that hook outside there and waits. Only when the fish takes the bait, then he springs into action.
Right.
Similar thing. So by the email being sent, that's one way.
That's the bait.
That's the bait. And when you follow that email now and respond, the fraudster is there real time to observe, monitor, right? And even prompt you further into the area that they want you to go. Right? And within all of that, you may be asked for further information to disclose your personal information. Right? Things that they don't really have, right? But they need it to be able to go ahead further now and to, for instance, to access your account, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
they ask you for very personal information.
They may ask you
what is your account number?
Account number.
Right.
Your credit card number.
Right.
Your date of birth, your address, your login credentials, right? All of these things that they may ask you for, right? And because you are none the wiser and you're not aware and you become concerned, you volunteer that information.
But them is the police. But, officer, hold your thoughts for a little while longer. We must go to a very short break, everybody. We're coming back.
Keep you alone. Some things in life we cannot control. So let we enjoy this now, girl. Do it all over. Drunk us over. So I like again. Go back, go back, go back. Go back, go back, go back. Go back, go back, go back. Say the feeling finally alive.
All right, everybody. So Sergeant Ford remains with us to discuss that, online fraud and shopping on social media. But here's what: if you do have any questions, you can call to speak to the gentleman right now on those numbers: 623-1711. The extension it's 1995. Go ahead, Sergeant.
Yes. So I was speaking in relation to the different types of phishing, and I spoke about email phishing. Right. There's also spear phishing, which instead of being in bulk, they may target a particular individual, right? And
it's more focused.
It's more focused because they have information, right? For instance, might be an accounting firm, right? Maybe an auditing firm. Persons who has information, or companies who have information about other persons or other companies, right?
Right.
And try to get that person or that company to disclose information.
Right.
Right? And oftentimes, accounting auditing dealing with some level of finances, right? And by targeting that person or that company, they would send whatever suspicious email or communication. It may be in the form of, as I said, messages, emails, URL links, all right, to get you to respond. They create websites. Nothing about the website is real. Everything about it is fake. They sometimes mirror popular websites, all right? And even links by way of, for instance, if it is that the link may have a P, right, within it, they may put a Q within it, right? And you may not pick that up.
Right.
And in fact think that, hey, at a glance, I am on the correct link, as the case may be. And all of that is part of the phishing ploy, right? You also have voice phishing, where it is they may sometimes call you, pretend to be from a reputable institution, all right? For instance, and oftentimes I may get called from my bank, and the person that I identifies themselves and then goes on to do a security check to verify that I am the account holder and so on, right? And once they're satisfied, they continue. But within that same process, there's a certain level of comfort because you are hearing a real person on the other side, right? And based on that, you may think it is a legitimate call. And they may go ahead now to ask you information that is personal, that is confidential, that is related to your account or your standing at the bank or institution, and you now give that to them.
Right.
And they are now able to go ahead now to carry out the transaction to clean out your account. Right?
Yeah.
But the comfort was there because you were speaking to someone.
Yeah.
Right? As
But
opposed
look
to
out for the
email.
red flags there.
And
Because when you hear Mr. Ford, how are you? You have to be very careful.
indeed, there are red
You're
flags.
getting kicks. I'm very serious because people, and let's be honest, because there are people from certain countries that that they love this sort of transaction.
Yes.
Right? Whether it
Yeah.
is email, whether it is text, WhatsApp, sometimes they call you, right? So you have to be very, very careful. Look out for the red flags.
And whilst it is you identify that you may hear a particular accent,
Yes.
that may be a red flag. Some of these institutions, they have, I don't want to say call centers,
Right.
right? But because they have, let us say, branches throughout, for instance, the Caribbean or even outside, it may not be a local calling you. You may actually hear someone who is from the institution,
Yeah.
but you pick up an accent, right? I could recall sometime that indeed I got a call, and I'm listening to the person that they're in, and I became a bit suspicious, right? And what I told the person is, listen, I'm going to contact the bank. Yeah? And I did in fact contact the bank to find out whether it is there was whatever communication for me, right? And these are some of the things that you need to do. So voice phishing, and another one is QR codes, right? Phishing. So you call that quishing. And sometimes they
call
may-
that what?
Quishing.
Quishing?
Quishing, right? Is another way of phishing, but
All right,
using
okay.
QR codes, right? So just how you would receive a QR code and you scan it to get access to whatever offer or whatever they are selling you or telling
Yeah.
you, and you may scan that code. There's a convenience because scanning the code, you don't really need to go and enter any information. Once you scan the code, you can go directly into the site as the case may be.
Right.
But they are also using QR codes as part of the scam to defraud you. So you have to be aware of these things, right?
Right.
And by us indicating to everyone, become aware and practice the general rule of verification, what we're saying is that don't immediately respond.
Yeah.
Stop your transaction. Although it may be bona fide, stop it, right? Don't give any information. Contact the provider directly, all
Yes.
right? And once you are satisfied thereafter, then continue with your transaction. And hardly likely, Marlon, a bank or a financial institution is going to call you and scare you,
Right.
right? They may in fact tell you to visit the branch, right?
Right.
As opposed to giving you a short timeline to respond, right? Otherwise, you'll be locked out of your account and these things.
Right, right, right.
Hardly likely, right? So by you being able to verify, it puts you in a better position of reducing your exposure and the ability of fraudsters to defraud you of your hard-earned money, right?
Yeah. But also speak to the fact, Sergeant, that some people are calling you to spread love and to offer you love. And some people are falling for that.
Yes.
Good morning, ladies.
That is-
we have a call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. This is Mr. Santa Cruz calling. I just want to ask Mr. Ford, Sergeant Ford, if he could clarify how come the detention orders is being signed while people are in detention. If you could explain that to me.
All right. In terms of me explaining that, I'm quite familiar with that taking place, all right? But there is a process involved in relation to persons being detained.
Yeah.
And hardly likely the process is going to be worked against what is prescribed. If it is as there's any particular instance like that, I can't respond to it. I'm not aware of it.
Yeah. Callers, we're speaking about fraud. All right, so hold off on the questions on detention orders and so on for now. All right, so you just have a few more minutes. 623-1711, extension 1995. So Sergeant Ford is here. Speak to the issue of love, you know.
Yes. Now, Marlon, oftentimes that is another way in which fraudsters operate, right? They communicate with persons. Sometimes persons, because of probably their particular relationship status, they may be looking for friendship. And these persons sometimes come at you, all right? And they come at you in a very, I want to say, subtle and appealing way, right, Marlon? And oftentimes, there's a relationship online, right? Communicating, and then there's invitations to go out and so on, right? And persons, sometimes they fall for the bait.
Right.
All right? And although they may not have actually met that person, but because of the time communicating, right, they feel some sense of being part of.
Connection.
Connection, correct. And next thing they may ask you now and paint some sad picture of some particular situation that they need assistance with.
Yes.
Right? And your heart is already in a particular area, right? And because of that warm feeling that you feel towards that person, you decide to send them money.
Yeah.
Right?
Send them the US on your credit card. Go ahead.
Or you may divulge information to them.
Yes.
That regards your financial standing. And that is what they're looking for. And next thing, their account clean, or they receive the money that you sent, and that is the end of that relationship, right? And you are left now feeling heartbroken, feeling betrayed,
and you're broken, and your pocket broken.
So, to persons who may, be involved in that sort of communication, be very careful. All right?
Sergeant, I have just a few seconds again, maybe about 30 seconds, Sergeant.
Right, Marlon, we did not touch much on the online shopping.
Right.
I will endeavor to do that on the next occasion.
Right.
But for persons who go online and shop, you have to be very careful, right?
Yes.
Because it is very easy on some, let me say, shopping sites, local, and even what might be external to us, for persons to post things for sale, all right? And by way of you having to sometimes wire money or to make a deposit, as the case may be, sometimes you send the money to their account before you receive the goods and these things. That is a dangerous practice.
Yes.
You can be defrauded of your money, all right? So be very mindful of that. But on the next occasion, Marlon, we'll speak about shopping online.
Yeah. See you next week, sir. Enjoy the holiday.
Thank you very much.
I know you must be working. But enjoy it.
Same to you and to Trinidad and Tobago. Happy Independence.
All right. We're coming back, everybody.
Throw back, back on my